Okay, everybody, hold your wallets up and say this with me. We are gonna survive the year of Hot Toys dropping bangers because we just got all the pictures for all their new Star Wars figures and we're barely into the year. We still have Spider-Man Brand New Day. We still have Doomsday, and we still have whatever the heck else they're gonna be dropping because we have a lot of awesome Star Wars figures. And for me personally, I want a lot of them. Probably will need to skip a lot of the troopers from Mandalorian and Grogu now. But we need to take a look at all these product announcement photos because right now we're looking at Yoda, but we also have Gree, which we'll look at next. We have Zeb. We have not the product photos fully, but we have the whole like overall sheet for Maul and the Artisan Luke. And then they also released Grogu from Mandalorian Grogu, not live action, the life-size version. And then also the little other dude from Mandalorian Grogu. So we have a lot to look at today. But first up, we need to look at Yoda because this figure, man, we've been needing a new Yoda. I am so happy I waited because aftermarket prices on Yoda, they've been pretty high up there. So good for people who are selling theirs, bad for people who are trying to sell theirs now to get this new one. But this new one, this is a Yoda to get. Just look at that. That looks glorious. He's got like the cotton ball hair up there. Yeah, they did him justice. Look at that face. Man, that is 100% Yoda. The green skin, all that texture in there. The eyeballs look awesome. Like I mentioned, the hair actually looks pretty good this time. Hopefully, I was hearing some people's hair was falling off last time, but it looks like it's pretty good. But I guess if it falls off, you can grab like a cotton ball, stick it back on there. Although, yeah, it wouldn't look as good. But yeah, that little lightsaber, I'm loving how this looks. His outfit, yes, it's very simple. I'm really curious what price point they're going to put at because it's kind of weird right now. So Sideshow, they have all these new figures as coming soon. They don't have any of them up for PO. Usually they announce like Hot Toys shows them off and then they go up on Sideshow for PO pretty quickly. But it's weird. It's a little different now. They haven't really put them up yet. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Yoda, all these ones are coming. They're just coming soon, but we just have no clue what the price is going to be yet. So hopefully the price will be reasonable for a lot of these ones, but we'll just find out. But let's do the side-by-side comparison. Low res image on the left of him from episode 3, and then on the right is Yoda. And they did this head sculpt justice. He looks, especially the expression and everything, exactly how he does on screen. Of course, in the movie, he was CGI because they used a puppet for the originals, and then he was mostly CGI in episode 3 from what I remember. So yeah, it's a basically CGI to live action type look. I mean, it was live action, CGI model to figure, I guess I should say. So I think they did a really good job translating that. Of course, their other ones look great too. It'd be awesome to get an original trilogy Yoda in the future, maybe even like a 2-pack with Luke, from Dagobah. That'd be awesome, like a backpack Yoda. But yeah, like I love this image too. I just had to go back real quick. This is when he popped the noggins off. You see the helmet there of the clones that are trying to betray him in Order 66. And then here, yeah, just look at those feet. I like that he has the feet, or at least the feet have some good articulation to aim downwards so you can have them up in the air or something. Because when he gets his lightsaber out, Yoda goes crazy. He like walks around with his stick like, my back. And then as soon as he gets that lightsaber out, he's like zipping all around. So I'm glad it looks like we can have him up in the air, although we'll see if he actually comes with a flight pole, though I don't know if he needs one. He's probably going to be light enough to actually put up on a crotch grabber and just balance him on or something. But this head sculpt right here, you do get 2 head sculpts. You see that smile? It could just be the angle of this image, but I'm not feeling the second head sculpt as much. I like this more angry one here on the right, but at least you get kind of 2 options. You can have a more neutral, like happier Yoda, I guess. And then you get a more like kind of angrier action style Yoda. And you do get this little float insane. So you get his like floating chair. He's kind of walking around with, what was it, like Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, whoever the heck he was like zipping around with in episode 3. So you get that thing, which is cool. And it actually has like a transparent stand for it. But yeah, you can also take his little robe off if you want to. I honestly, even in the movie, I didn't really like how he looked without the robe, but you could do that in case you want him to be like, yeah, I failed, bro. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to Dagobah, on his little communicator right there. But yeah, you get the little walking stick. The walking stick looks good. It's kind of glossy. I mean, it's wood, but yeah, I guess it might have been glossy in the movie considering it looks glossy right here. And then here, yeah, we're going to be looking at him next, but Clone Commander Gree. I'm so glad they're giving us Yoda and his Clone Commando, or Clone Commander. I don't know why I keep saying Clone Commando. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm kind of excited to probably get Clone Commander Gree, because I'm also a sucker for Clone Wars figures, and it's another clone that's actually named. So trying my best to stick to just name clones, but we'll see, because they drop so many awesome looking clones. And then here, yeah, here's that shot where he's floating around just talking to him. Here's Obi-Wan with the mullet. So I guess it was Attack of the Clones when they did this, or at least that's what this scene would be, Attack of the Clones. So maybe I was a bit wrong. But yeah, Obi-Wan with the mullet. I'm getting the Artisan edition. I don't know why they didn't use the Artisan edition in this shot, but they used the sculpted hair edition. But I'm getting the Artisan one. So excited for it. I hope they drop it soon, but then at the same time, with how many bangers are coming out, hopefully they give it a little bit more time in the oven so my wallet has time to breathe. But then that Mace Windu, I kind of hope we get a new Mace Windu, because I definitely want a Mace Windu. But this one, a lot of people have said it looks a little off. Looks a little off to me too. But you know, Artisan edition Mace Windu. Hopefully Artisan Mace Windu will come soon, because we'll have a Yoda with a little bit of furry implanted-ish type hair. We'll have a implanted hair Obi-Wan, and now we need an Artisan edition implanted hair Mace Windu. So yeah. But then here you get actual interchangeable hands, which, you know, you always get, but then I like that they actually give you articulated forearms and seamless wrist design. So I don't know what articulated forearms means exactly, but does that mean like the joint in here you can actually move? Is it like silicone? I don't know what that means exactly yet, but maybe it just means you could rotate it around a bit. But I really like that, because he has kind of short robes, so you're going to see his wrist quite a bit. So they give you a lot of swap out hands, but if you want these hands, it looks like it was just a lightsaber hands. We'll see in the overall shot, but you can actually just give them seamless forearms, which is a really cool thing. Like Hot Toys, they're knocking it out of the park with these releases too. I've been really impressed with all the stuff they've been doing, especially because Zeb, when we get to Zeb, man, that figure looks awesome. So yeah, you get the two head sculpts, you get the kind of smiley one. I mean, this angle didn't look as bad right here. It's just like when he's trying to look adorable, because he's not adorable in my opinion. That's more like a Grogu type look right here, but he's trying it, not really succeeding. So this is definitely the head sculpt I like more, especially like the angry Yoda look, because I'm gonna have him like in an action pose or something like that. And of course he gets the rolling eyeballs, so I'm guessing you pop the head off, get to the rolling eyeballs from there. And here's the overall shot. So two head sculpts, the interchangeable hands with the forearms, you get the walking stick, you get the lightsaber with like the one swooshing lightsaber. It's going to be light up, but you know, always hit or miss. Here's the actual scooter thing. Yeah, okay, so I was looking right here. The base, you can kind of see it's really hard to see. They didn't have a picture of the flight pole, but it is going to be a flight pole, so that's nice. You see the transparent thing there. So I don't know how the actual seat is going to clip onto this yet, but honestly, I don't know if I'm going to use the seat. It might go back in the box for me, but it is a transparent flight pole, so that's kind of cool. You get two different bases, so you get this one, which looks like it's probably the Jedi Temple flooring, and then this one, which looks like the flooring at Kashyyyk. So if you want to have them with Clone Commander Gree, then honestly, I'd probably put the flooring at Kashyyyk on there, because these are usually stickers, so you can put them on there and then just kind of hold them down as a crotch grabber, or you could actually undo them, like kind of stick it on there. So I don't know which I'll do yet, but maybe Kashyyyk, or maybe I just won't make it permanent so I can swap it in the future. But he's got his feet, got all the hands. He actually, yeah, it does show he has swap out feet, or is this just showing that his feet are removable? Looks like they're going to be on ball joints. So yeah, I don't know exactly what they're showing us there, but you get a bunch of hands actually. Like, yeah, that's a lot of them. And you see the forearms here. So I guess by articulatable forearms, it looks like it's just gonna have some articulation in the elbow. Maybe it's just like, oh, maybe because it's like double jointed or something. I don't know exactly until I get it in hand, but I'm excited for this one. But next up, Clone Commander Gree. I just said Commando again. Well, Clone Commander Gree. I really like the look of him. He has weathering, he's green, he's all camoed up, like the green to the visor. This is a pretty cool looking figure. To me though, the kind of overall type look, the straps, that's definitely, you know, this whole figure is mostly reused. That's definitely reused from the new Airborne Trooper they did, the exclusive one. So they reuse that. Most of the armor is just reused, but the paint job, to me, that's what always gets me, and the fact it's a name clone. One big downside we'll talk about though, yeah, it has me a little iffy. We'll talk about it though. But the micro binoculars look really good. If those are micro binoculars, I can never remember the difference between all their binoculars. Then here, yeah, he gets the kind of the data pad looking thing, but that's also reused from other clones, of course. I think it first came with either Echo or Fives, the ARC Troopers. So one of them got that, and now a bunch of other clones get it. He gets the 2 different blasters, a bigger one, then the little one. And then here we see kind of a comparison. And from the movie, the clones in episode 3 were mostly just CGI. So CGI model to a figure. They did it pretty good. Of course, it's not 1-to-1 because CGI models were always a little different. And for some reason, the top of his head here looks gray, but here it's green. But honestly, I prefer the green anyway. But they pretty much nailed how everything looks. The armor, the color, that weird looking little white pouch on this side, the overalls. They did a really good job translating them. But this is what I'm a little disappointed with. Clone Commander Gree in the show, like Clone Wars, he got an unmasked head sculpt. So Hot Toys in the future, they might be making a new one because you see the look to the Clone Wars armor as well. It's a lot different than all the camo and stuff here. So they might be making a new one in the future. I don't know. It would have been cool if they threw in a head sculpt to make it a little Clone Wars-ish for this release of them. But I do like this release with all the actual camo and stuff like that. And it's a live action trooper. They could still give us this version of them with the head sculpt with like the hair. I mainly just wanted to see the hair because the 2 weird looking, like, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend anybody get a haircut like that. But that would have been cool to see. They didn't do it, but we'll see if it comes up in the future. And here, his base, it's very basic, but you do get one of the toppers for it, which is also very kind of cool because it can match Yoda. We'll talk about that coming up. But here, yeah, I'm a bit nervous about this. I hope it's just like a hologram piece that he can hold, because you can see this is the Order 66 scene, because if that's a swap out forearm, I'm not going to be happy because Clone Commander Cody has that. Even the new 2.0-ish Clone Commander Cody that I got. And that piece, if you try to pose them, it just falls off. I absolutely hate that piece. I'm kind of hoping it's not a light up piece like that. I hope it's just like a little like hockey puck, you know, that he can hold. But here, especially applied camouflage pattern with weathering effects, it looks really good. Like I said, you see all the like weathering in there, the kind of like dirt, just all the, it just looks incredible. I just love all this detailing they put into the armor. I know most of it's reuse, but it's just a really, really cool look to me. And here's the overall shot. So you get big blaster, littler blaster, you get the camo, just everything looking good, micro binoculars, and they don't really show if you get the swap out forearm. They just show the Order 66. So I don't know, because it looks down here, you get the hand, but then again, with the swap out forearm piece, you also just could swap out the hand. I think, no, you couldn't swap out the hand. So maybe we're good. Maybe I'm worrying for nothing, but I'm still going to say I hope they don't do a swap out forearm, because if this hand right here is the one that he's holding it with, we might be in the clear, but until we see it for sure, I just don't know. But the little strap right here looks pretty cool. I like the little white kind of holster thing, whatever the heck he's holding in there. And the base, very basic, but I'm definitely going to be sticking the Kashyyyk down on it, the kind of like Kashyyyk base up there. Because this one, let's go back to Yoda real quick. Yeah, it's slightly different. So Yoda, you see how his is more like the front where he was actually staying in the movie. And then Clone Commander Gree, got a little Zeb jump scare there. His is from where he was standing kind of like to Yoda's back right area, or like our left, watching them on screen. So I really appreciate them doing that. So you could have them side by side with Yoda to recreate that scene, and the base will actually match. So Hot Toys, big thumbs up for me. You didn't just reuse the same base, so, or like the same sticker from Yoda, which you easily could have, but I'm really glad you actually pay attention to that detail, because Hot Toys, like I said recently, with some of these announcements, they're just killing it. Like, man, of course, like in art quality, always incredible. Really excited because my first in art figure actually shipped. So that's gonna be very exciting to take a look at on the channel. But Hot Toys, you know, they got the licenses we love, and they're doing them justice right now, in my personal opinion. And Zeb, oh man, this is a figure I have been really, really wanting, because he wasn't in Ahsoka, but he's in Rebels. And I used Ahsoka, the Ahsoka show figures, as, if I can speak, as an excuse to actually start building out the Rebels collection. So I have a whole Rebel shelf going on. You can actually see it if I scoot over, like right down there. You see the orange pants on Hera? Yeah, and one thing I'll say, if you're watching this and you plan on watching tomorrow's review for Hera, I put out before they even tease them. And yeah, I'm going to be talking like, yeah, Hot Toys, they need to make a Zeb, because I even made all the shorts for next week, because next week's going to be a little slower for me on making like content stuff. So in some of them, I'm like, yeah, we need Zeb, Ezra, Kanan, and now we got Zeb. So just ignore the Zeb part. If you're hearing this, just ignore it. I know Zeb is already being made, but I'm still mentioning it in all those because they're already made. But Zeb, they did him justice. Like, just look at this. You can see the comparison. This is him from Mandalorian and Grogu in live action. Also, the Mando show. I thought he had a different look in the Mandalorian Grogu, but it says it's from Mandalorian Grogu, so I guess he also gets this look, but then he might get a different look. Personally, I'm fine with this, but it would have been cooler to get like maybe a different look for him. We'll have to see, because Hot Toys, they can make different versions of him in the future, because honestly, this is a completely like bespoke body, like mold, everything, and I'm so happy they did this. Hot Toys, thank you. This is what I mean. They're killing it right now, because look at this. You actually get implanted hair. Well, not really. They call it implanted hair, but it's just, you know, the glued on hair for the actual beard. Like, look at that. The little like mutton chops on the side, the actual beard right there. That's glorious. And the likeness, 10 out of 10. The eyes look great. It's the big green eyes, every wrinkle, like look at that, every little tiny detail. It's phenomenal looking. And the outfit, I think they nailed as well. Just look at that. And then also, it doesn't look as good as it does maybe in live action, but they added all the actual like hair, kind of like they do for Chewbacca's, to the arms and the legs. And Hot Toys, thank you. It's just, it looks phenomenal. I absolutely love how it looks. Like the whole outfit matches perfectly. Of course, the color on the left is a little darker. It could be the line or something. On the right looks a little brighter, but I love the color blue on top of orange. So a little bit of orange right there. So yeah, I absolutely love this design for it. And yeah, the legs, the arms, the fact that they actually give them the little bit of implanted hair, and it looks pretty much seamless because the hair kind of overlaps a little bit with the joints. This is going to be a banger, in my opinion. If you don't care about Rebels, if you don't care about the Mandalorian Grogu or just Zeb in general, of course, you can definitely pass on it, because I feel like the price might be a little up there. We don't know yet, but kind of hoping it's not too crazy. But Zeb, he's 100% coming home. He's a figure that I'd sacrifice Gree for. I'd like not gain. I'm not, you know, sacrificing Gree, but yeah. And then here, this is how he looked in Rebels. So he looks a little bit different in live action now, of course. He doesn't have like all these line designs and stuff in his actual, his body, which is a little odd, I guess. But when in the live action, they just got rid of that stuff. But this outfit has always been cool to me in Rebels. So maybe one day, because they actually made a Rebel specific Grand Admiral Thrawn. So maybe they could give us a Zeb in this outfit now that they made the body. And I'd be buying that, probably selling this Zeb off just to have the Rebels version, because I don't think I need two Zebs, because this outfit's cool and all. But if they give us the option for Rebels, yeah, I'm gonna go for that, because I really want that Grand Admiral Thrawn. The only real difference between the Grand Admiral Thrawn's, the one from Ahsoka, and now Rebels, is this Imperial armor, the hat, and then the actual like chest armor. So I'd be selling off my old, if I manage to get that one, because it is limited 2,500 worldwide, I am gonna be selling off my old Thrawn. So yeah, same with Zeb if they ever make a Rebel specific version, because man, Rebels, it's so good. But I love his big stick right here. It's so cool looking. I'm really glad they gave it to him, because if you know from Rebels, there's like a story behind it. I believe this is the same stick as well. I can't remember the exact name of it, but yeah, there's a whole story behind it. Him and then the one dude, Fulcrum, I think his name was in Rebels. Yeah, it's Rebels. If you haven't watched it, just watch it. Looks like it also can fold up, which is cool, and get the foldable version, or it's like swap out in pieces. And then here, yeah, he also gets this like flamethrower looking thing, which is kind of cool, but like, man, I always thought it was a flamethrower. Actually, you know what? I think that's just his stick and blaster mode, because it has the two modes, the blaster mode and the smacking mode. I called it a flamethrower. I think I called it a flamethrower in the teaser, but that's not a flamethrower. My bad. Now that I'm seeing the wood there, I think this threw me off. You see that like little bit like of the breathing tube type thing. I thought that was connected to the weapon back in the teaser. I'm correcting myself now. But since he is a Mandalorian Grogu figure, here's him next to the Mandalorian, the new figure they're putting out. I'm going to be upgrading my Mandalorian figure, getting the new one for sure, because it looks incredible. That electroplate finish on the actual armor, the new weaponry, I really like it. And now Zeb, I don't know, I'm probably not going to put him with the Mandalorian, to be honest, unless I really like the movie or like their dynamic together. Probably going to just put him on my Rebel shelf, because that's my intention for getting Zeb in. And here, separate rolling eyeballs, awesome. I said the eyeballs look amazing, the green, everything in there, the hair, because yeah, meticulously implanted hair on limbs and face, using the big boy words here. But look at that. I love it. Of course, looking at the live action photo, it didn't look 1-to-1, but the fact they did this, Hot Toys, thank you. You can have my money on Zeb because you did him justice. I was a little worried because back when I was talking about it, or actually maybe in the hair review, I think in the end of the hair review coming out tomorrow, I was talking about like Hot Toys, maybe they don't want to make Zeb because they don't want to do the implant hair or like the glued on hair because it would make the cost go up and then maybe people won't buy it because it's Zeb. So yeah, it's like they do all this new body, new everything, and then not make a lot of sales because Zeb is more of a niche figure or a niche character to me. So if they do it like sculpted hair though, it just wouldn't look right. So they actually did it justice. I'm so happy about it. And they have wool material for the facial hair. I'm super impressed. I'm so happy with Hot Toys right now. Newly developed bow rifle and 3 display modes. That's what it's called, bow rifle. Okay. So yeah, you get the rifle mode where he's shooting, you get the long extended version, and you have the shortened version. So bow rifle, thank you Hot Toys for putting it in there so I didn't look completely dumb, like saying like, yeah, I love Rebels. And then something that's big to Zeb's culture is the bow rifle. And I completely forgot what it's called. So that's on me. Zeb rolling eyeballs, the implant hair, the 3 display modes, the base. It's always like this, a very basic base. It would have been cool if they gave them like some different ground or something. But then again, I kind of like this because my other Rebels characters have the same type of base. Like most of them just use this kind of basic one. So if he had different type of flooring or something, it wouldn't match with them. So I guess I appreciate they kept it to the Rebels figures, like all the same look. But at the same time, it's always cool when you get like a diorama style or something. But Zeb, yeah, he's coming home. And now we don't have full pictures and stuff, but the Artisan edition of Luke Skywalker. And I'd be lying if I didn't say this one does look really cool. But at the same time, I'm most likely just going to pass on it. The price tag is going to be up there. It's Artisan edition. It's from the sequels, and I have no other sequels characters. Don't really plan on getting too many. If I got any sequels characters just for the representation, would be Kylo Ren and Rey. Although if I were to get those two, if they made Artisan editions in the future, then I would feel like I missed out on this Luke, to be honest. So yeah, we'll have to see though, because for me, those are the two that could represent the whole sequel trilogy for me. But he does look really cool. You see it separate rolling eyeballs. The head sculpt, that is definitely older Mark Hamill. It looks really, really good to me. The implant hair looks great. Like honestly, yeah, it would be cool if they made a sculpted hair version as well, but this does look really good to me. Like there's just something about it, like the grain, like mixed in there with the brown. Yeah, they did a really good job with that actually. And then the outfit looks cool. A lot of people call it Hobo Luke because, you know, he looks kind of homeless. He's got his hobo pack on. He's got his like leather, not leather, probably going to be pleather or something if it is made out of something like that. But his kind of jacket, his hood, just, yeah, Hobo Luke. But basically the backpack, you can see has like some stuff in it. It looks like, not sure which pouches or is that just the side of the backpack? Yeah, looks like just the side of the backpack. He has some stuff. He has his blue milk, it looks like, on the back. Comes with a porg, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You get one porg. He gets the satchel. He gets his lightsaber, which is cool because he did end up getting it when Rey was like, here, bro. And he was like, thanks. And then he gets his stick. Yeah, his stick. So he can smack Rey a little bit. He gets a compass. I can't remember exactly what that is. He gets whatever the heck that is. And he gets 3 ungloved hands and 3 gloved hands. So not a lot of hand options, to be honest. But I guess at least they gave him ones that can hold the saber. He has like the force pushing hand, I think. Yeah, this is a Luke where it'd be cool to have the head sculpt, but body wise, I don't know if it's as iconic enough because there are cooler. I mean, it is from the first 2 movies, but then he did get a cooler look when he showed up as a force ghost. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it is iconic to the sequels. It's basically his only look. So I don't know what I was saying there, but I feel like they could have done better. The base here, it looks like just a picture of the floor. So interesting, but it's that cogwheel style, but it looks cool. I just don't think it's going to be one for me, especially with the price tag being quite up there. And honestly, hoping this year, if not this year, next year, they give us a Farm Boy Luke or a new like Bespin Luke or just something with like implanted hair or just a cool look to him. So I definitely would rather get that. But some characters to me, I do like having all versions of them. And Luke is definitely, for Star Wars, one of those characters I would like to have all versions of them. Because Anakin and Obi-Wan for me are the 2 Star Wars characters I really need to do that for. I have the Attack of the Clones Anakin, Clone Wars Anakin, getting the Episode 3 Anakin, the Artisan edition, and the Sculpted Hair edition. And then also Obi-Wan. I have the Obi-Wan Show Obi-Wan. Haven't opened it yet. Still in the box. And then I have the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, getting the episode 3 Obi-Wan with a little like hair fringe. And then I'm also getting the Artisan Edition episode 2 Obi-Wan. So love getting a bunch of Star Wars versions of Star Wars characters I love. And Luke is one that I love, but just the sequels in general, I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm debating it a bit, but then again, my only other Luke that's currently in my collection is the Mandalorian Grogu, or the Mandalorian show Luke. So then again, I need to get other Lukes before I go for this one, but then it's Artisan, it's exclusive. I just can't let myself get FOMO on it. Don't get FOMO out there for this one. It would be cool if you have a bunch of Lukes, but at the same time, if you're not into the sequels, it's just a hobo on your shelf, basically. And then Maul from Maul Shadow Lord. I'm a little disappointed. So this figure looks like it's mostly reused. So the body, I don't know for sure if it's like they still gave him the shirtless look, which I don't really care for. It's not silicone, so you see all the joints, and it's not even double. They didn't even give him the double joint elbows, dude. They kind of screwed us with this Maul release. Cause I'm selling my old Maul. I want to get this one. I do really like the new like blade effects. See how they're, because from the show, I was thinking about that too when I was watching Maul. I was like, damn, it'd be cool if Hot Toys changed the blade effects to, instead of being like straight, kind of that jagged line look that they are in the show. Because the head sculpt is better. Looks like it's from, if I had to say, I think looks a little skinnier, but I think it's just a 2.0 Maul from Phantom Menace. It looks just like it, but I'm not 100% sure. But looking at the 4 display styles, probably going to put the hood on them, to be honest. Was it like half off? Because that looks really, really cool. I love the way that's looking. Of course, this is a look like from the Clone Wars one. They already did the Clone Wars one. So to be honest with you guys, I'll say it now. If you have the Clone Wars one, you're happy with it. You probably don't need to upgrade. The boots are a little different though. Like he had the full robot feet before. This time he has boots on him, which is interesting. So I guess there's that. But this part I'm so disappointed in. The body, they didn't make it seamless. They didn't do anything like that. It's just the same basic body. It looks like it might be different. Doesn't have the Hugh Jackman hair on it or anything, but still, it's a bit of a letdown. I was kind of hoping for something different, or they didn't even give us the version without the shirt. But I mean, I'm not going to display him like that anyway. So honestly, the big thing for me is this gauntlet. This gauntlet would open up and fall off from the Ahsoka one or the Clone Wars one, like all the time. So as long as that gauntlet actually just stays on the figure, I'm going to be happy, because I hated that. As long as the head sculpt's upgraded, I'll be happy. I do like the new swooshing blade effects. Might have to use those because they just look super unique and super cool. And then you get the LED light up saber, but it's kind of He gets boots on the feet this time. Not gonna lie, I actually kind of miss the whole just robot feet design. I'm trying to think, in the show too, was he wearing boots? Because I know in the show, yeah, I thought they were repairing his robot feet, but I don't remember him ever taking like putting boots over him, but maybe he does. I just can't remember. And then, yeah, the basic base is super basic base. And then I like that it says just Maul on it. And then hand-wise, hand-wise, he gets 4 ungloved hands and then 6 gloved hands. So you get a decent variety there. And yeah, it's a new Maul, mostly reused from the Clone Wars body and stuff. Hopefully the gauntlet they changed so it doesn't fall off. The head sculpt, I'm guessing it just kind of looks like it's reused from the 2.0 Phantom Menace. Of course, Maul and Luke will get a whole dedicated video when all the photos go live. I'll double check at the end of this video, see if all the photos went live, because I don't have to update this section. But yeah, looks cool. I'm going to be getting them because that hood on them, like having them stand like that, looks awesome. The lightsaber, you can actually separate this time, or it looks like, actually, yeah, it looks like they just give you 2 separate sabers. So that's also cool. It's not just one piece. So there are some upgrades here, but if you're happy with your first Clone Wars Maul, I don't think you need to upgrade. Yes, it's better, but yeah, it's just basically the same outfit, but it's up to you. Just let me know in the comments, do you think it's worth the upgrade? Because I'm going to be upgrading, but just let me know what you think. And then now they released Grogu from the Mandalorian Grogu, and this is life size, and they finally got me on one. So this Grogu, I'm actually going to be getting, because I skipped all their other life size ones. I was like, just Grogu in a bag. Like, it's just Grogu. And then this time from the movie, he has the armor plate, he has the satchel, he has the bombs, he has the thermal detonators, I should say. He has the wrist thing. He also has a macaron that you can't see here. So this one, they got me. They finally got me to order a life-size Grogu, because I really, really like all the extra stuff on him. Of course, this released very fast. The movie's coming up pretty soon, so it's really cool they released it already. And my wallet, like I said, kind of hates that, but at the same time, it's cool they're trying to release close to the movie, because then it builds more hype. People can get it in hand and see the movie and be like, oh my gosh, I have that. Stuff like that. It's actually Hot Toys, they need to do that more often. I'm hoping for Spider-Man they do something like that. For Doomsday, they have like at least some figures coming out, because there's gonna be so many characters in the movie, and there's this little cookie right there. So I'm just really hoping that they continue doing stuff like that for movies in the future. For other characters, like we just saw, say like for Luke, for example, he didn't need to come out till like a year and a half, their usual to me, just because it's not like a lot of hype surrounding him movie wise. Like there's not a movie coming and then it's like movie, like, yeah, I love that, I'll pre-order the figure, and then a year and a half comes and you're like, yeah, I don't really care anymore. So this is a very smart move from Hot Toys to do this. You see the little dude right there, also life size. Not getting him like at all. He also doesn't look as good because all the seams. But I'm kind of excited for this one. I don't know where I'm going to put him yet. I'm getting the Maju cases, so I'll have like, hopefully whenever those come in, because I keep saying it in like a lot of the videos, but they're all paid off. The shipping's paid. I just waiting for them to come eventually. But Maju case is all right here. But him, since he's life size, I might put him somewhere else. I don't know if I'm going to keep these cases, but he could look cool in one of these, like crouched down or like sitting, because I actually like how the feet look too. Not being weird like Silicone Wolverine X over here. But yeah, I'm kind of loving how it looks. Love the bag, love that you can put stuff in it. And then the overall shot, yep. Love the armor piece, love the satchel, the 2 thermal detonators, the wrist rocket looking thing, and then the little cookie. It's just an adorable figure, and since I love the Mandalorian Grogu, I finally decided to get one. And then here, this little dude, I finally decided not to get him. I wasn't saying about getting him in general, but I'm just not getting him, so yeah. I do like that they put a little bit of hair in there, so he has the actual more realistic look. I don't like that you can see all the seams on the arms or the feet. It just kind of makes it look less realistic since it's like life size. It just doesn't look as good to me. I mean, I wasn't planning on getting him anyway, but at the same time, for those that are getting it, are you happy with it? Because the seam lines and stuff are still there. They didn't change it, didn't think they were going to anyway. It looks accurate, but a lot of the actual outfit too is just sculpted in there. It's all looks like it's just sculpted plastic. So I'm not very impressed by this one. Definitely don't need it. But if you are getting it, are you happy? Are you satisfied? Because the face is the best looking part with all that like kind of hair put in there. It looks like it might. Looks like it kind of is implanted in there too. Instead of being glued on, it's like actually in little holes. So Hot Toys, they might have did it properly this time. And then the overall shot. So you get the headgear, an actual light up light, which is kind of cool, but you know, if it's battery powered, probably going to die pretty soon. Get the tool, and yeah, it's cool. Just not one that I need, but what do you think? Are you getting that one? And yeah, we have a lot to talk about. So if you did enjoy the video, definitely give it a like, hit subscribe for much more content like this. I want to hear everything you have to say down in the comments about all these figures. What you getting? What are you thinking? Are they super lame? Are you like waiting? Because we got a lot coming this year. Like I said, hopefully your wallet is coping pretty well. We had to do that right in the beginning of the video, but yeah, let's just talk about all of that. So until next time, stay 6 scale.